I saw an interesting commercial the other day on TV. It said, "Get ready for Easter, buy a new Easter pantsuit." And then went on to say that also get your children ready as well. We have something for them and we have something for the man in your life. And then it showed all these wonderful Easter outfits. You know, it made me think about the fact that for many of us, getting ready for Easter is a big thing. It's a little bit different for us in the church, but you know, for all of us, getting ready for Easter means, do we look good? Have we got what we want to wear for that special Sunday? It means, are we ready for the meal that will happen after worship if we go to worship, right? I mean, do we have the ham? Does everybody like ham? What about scalloped potatoes? Not everybody's a fan. Are we ready for that wonderful Easter dinner? Well, and do we have enough eggs? Are we ready to color them? Are we ready to hide them if that's something that we do in our family? You see, getting ready for Easter means so many things. For us in the church, it also means making sure that we have wonderful worship services planned. Do we have all the music ready for Easter? Do we have all the special things we're going to do for Easter and all the decorations and all the adornments we put together? Are we ready for Easter? Are we ready for the number of people that will come in? Because that's the day in particular that everyone tries to make it to the worship service. Are we ready in the sanctuary? Do we have enough space for the outdoor worship? Are we ready with a tent in case it snows? You know, getting ready for Easter is an important thing. It's an important thing for us as individuals. It's an important thing for the church. But as I was thinking about getting ready for Easter this year, I also remembered and recognized how much we did to get ourselves ready, not just for Easter, but the whole Lenten season. That whole season when we ready ourselves for what's coming in Holy Week and on Easter Sunday. We had this wonderful tree of lament this year where we invited people to consider the questions Jesus asked and then begin to ask themselves, in what ways do I need to let go? What ways do I need to change? In what ways is Jesus challenging me? Where is my sense of lamentation? Where is my sense of contemplation during the season? And we did a lot to talk about that. So now that we are deep into this Holy Week, almost complete with the season of Lent, I thought to myself, am I ready not just for Easter, but am I ready for Friday? Am I ready for what happens on Good Friday? You know, those first disciples that were with Jesus, Jesus had told them to ready themselves for Passover, and they experienced the Last Supper on Thursday, and they got themselves ready for that, but they were not even remotely close to what was going to happen next. They were not ready for what was going to happen that night when Jesus was arrested, and they were certainly not ready for what happened on Friday when the kangaroo court convicted Jesus and he had to walk to the cross, carrying his crossbeam to the place where he would be crucified. The disciples were far from ready for that day. In fact, most of them went into hiding. And the ones who did dare to be around the cross, as John tells us, the disciple named John was there. Most of the rest of them just were not ready because it did not fit into what they had been expecting. And so again, I had to ask myself this week, coming up this Sunday, am I ready not just for what's going to happen on Sunday? Am I ready for Friday? Am I ready to receive everything that Jesus is giving to me on Friday through his death and resurrection? Am I ready to receive his gift of new life that comes at the cost of his? Am I ready for Friday? Getting ready for Friday will be different things to different people. For some of you, it's just going to be another day. It's going to be that last day of work before you might get another day off at the end of the week. Maybe you get that day off. Maybe they give you Good Friday off at your place of work. So maybe for you, it's really a chance to get some chores done around the house. Maybe get that dinner ready for Sunday. But is there a way to get our hearts ready in different ways as well? Can we get ourselves ready to truly imagine ourselves at the foot of the cross, watching Jesus go through what Jesus went through, recognizing his love for each and every one of us that Friday? Are we ready? Are we ready for Easter? Or are we ready for Friday? Let me read just a short passage about what happens on Friday. Luke chapter 23, beginning at verse 44. It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, while the sun's light faded, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus cried with a loud voice and said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Having said this, he breathed his last. When the centurion saw what had taken place, he praised God and said, "Certainly this man is innocent." And when all the crowds who had gathered there for the spectacle saw what had taken place, they returned to their homes, beating their breast. Are we ready for Friday?